Hi people. Today is a beautiful day. The sun is out and yes, it is a beautiful day, but not for all of us here in Batangas City because yesterday we just found out that the people in Cagayan Valley, their houses were submerged underwater. And trust me, if you've seen photos and videos from helicopters and news channels, that water is not clean at all. That's what happens when you prioritize industrialization and economic stability more than the environmental factors that can affect the people, the Filipino people, especially in the ones that in Cagayan de Oro that suffered 15 meters deep of flood, 15 meters deep, if I'm not mistaken. And the only visible things from above were their roof. And I've heard tragic stories and I've heard their screams and cries seeking for help. But helicopters were the only transportation that can be used in that type of incident. And since the wind was strong, some helicopters weren't able to help rescue all of them. And the government officials in Cagayan said that they prepared for Typhoon Ulysses, but it's just not what they expected. They expected Typhoon Ulysses to be they weren't intimidated by Typhoon Ulysses. They didn't expect such great tragedy coming from the typhoon, and as a result of poor management in evacuating people, and I don't know who to blame because a typhoon is a natural disaster that could have been prevented by the natural resources we have. If there would have been no deforestation, no if there would have been more trees in Cagayan. We all know the function of the trees. We all know how important trees are for us, for the emission of oxygen, for the filtration of water during floods. And it truly is a big disaster that, of course, I want to address because I can't pretend that my fellow Filipinos whose homes are submerged underwater are, and many people died. Many fellow Filipinos died. Yung iba na anod, yung iba na dulas. Because some of the articles I've read showed a 70-year-old man who was who froze to death, and the other 72-year-old was from Isabela, I think, was nadulas. That's how tragic, and um, that's how tragic this event is. We could have been more prepared. We could have The only thing that I'm going to say is that if you have a roof, a stable roof above your head, be thankful. And if you have money in your pocket, please donate, because technological advancements weren't made just for social media and apps to dominate technological advancements. Technological advancements are also made to help each other in this time of tragedy. So please, if you have money in your pocket, if you're privileged enough to have a roof under your head, and if you're currently experiencing a wonderful weather, please have the audacity to pray for those Cagayanos, and not just in Cagayan, but to please pray for the Philippines, pray for our um, survival, pray for the survival of the people who is currently depending on food relief goods, and please donate if you can, please help if you can, and please amplify their voices by sharing articles, by sharing the news through social media. And that's all. We should just pray for them, pray for their sake, and we couldn't we should not depend on Filipino resiliency, because that just proves that when the government sees people being resilient, they're not going to do a solution about it, because the government saw that Filipinos could survive it. Now, what will they do? They would do nothing else, because they're not going to prevent or to help those Filipino people who are called to be resilient, because they are resilient. Resilient meaning they are quick to adapt, to survive, to get back up again on their own. So the mindset of the government is they're not going to do anything about it, because they're purely relying on Filipino resiliency. So please do something, government, do something. If I could resurrect, if I have the ability to resurrect people right now, I would resurrect the late Gina Lopez, because the things that she fought for when she was alive, the things that she shut down, was being resurrected by people who is happy that she is dead. And it really is a sad event that the greatest enemy of us Filipinos are not other nationalities but ourselves. I After I heard that quote from General Luna's movie, tumatak talaga siya sa puso ko, because it has such um it is pure 100% the truth that our greatest enemy is ourselves. That crab mentality, Yes, that the pride. We can't just be happy for others. We can't just support others without gaining anything. And please, if you have the time to pray for them, please pray for their souls, and please pray for their safety, and pray for those who haven't been rescued yet, and pray that our government will finally do something, because they're always saying that they are on top of the situation. But in my opinion, I am seeing no action whatsoever from the government. Yes, there are people who are rescuing the evacuees, those who are staying on their roof, because that's their job. The government's job is larger than that. They should be the ones. They should be the ones that lead donation drives, and they should pack relief goods, and they should make sure that social distancing is observed and implemented in the evacuation areas. They should be more than political figures just sitting pretty doing nothing. And the next time they're going to do their job is simply by campaigning for the next 2022 election. If it's the 2022 election right now, those senators, those politicians, those presidential candidates will be rushing in Cagayan Valley to help those in need. They'll be rushing for the people in the evacuation areas, giving food with their name on it to remember their names, and give money to the people just because it's campaigning time. Please, politicians, you are corrupt. Corrupt na nga kayo. Sa campaign pa lang kayong magpapakita ng pera. We need actual action, we need actual solution, we need actual change, and we need actual recognition of the problems. Because you allowing our country to be on top of the in the economy, you allowing our country being economically stable, being economically advanced, being economically on top. Please, when you use or when you cut trees, please plant one again. When you cut one tree, plant another one. Please know the benefits of nature and the consequences of nature as well. Because Typhoon Ulysses was sure a big typhoon, but the typhoon's effects could have been prevented. The typhoon's effects could have been mitigated if there was no deforestation, there was no illegal logging, there was no mining, there was no natural destruction. It could have been prevented. It could have been mitigated. The Cagayanos houses, residences, and communities wouldn't have sunk and submerged underwater. It shouldn't have been like that. If you equally cared about the economy and the environment, if you equally cared about the people and the money, if you equally cared about your power and your duty. Yun lang naman kasi yung mga problema natin. The only senators that I find to have more function or a functional senator is Risa Hontiveros. And when it comes to our president, please do something. You were gone, you were missing in action when Typhoon Ulysses hit. You said your doctor couldn't allow you. But please, we're not asking you to swim with the people in Cagayan de Oro. We're asking you to Cagayan de Oro, Cagayan Valley. We're asking you to we're asking you to actually do your job. You have power, you have money, you have connections, you have absolute power toward all the agencies the Philippines have. You had the time to overthink of these natural disasters because we as a tropical country, we as a country in the Pacific Ring of Fire have its perks and consequences. That's about my message to the government, because I am here wearing white because I'm saying something political, and I'm showing my political self. And I hope that you, as a part of youth, you can be vocal as well. You have the voice, you have the freedom of speech, and don't let any government official fool and frighten you. Because that is your right as a Filipino citizen. That is human, that is basic human rights. That is your civic duty as a Filipino, to speak your truth, to give your opinion, to empower those who need empowerment, and to help those who are currently struggling. And if you can see their struggles, and if you can't see and or even recognize their if you can even recognize the things, the disasters, the tragedy they've been to, then you're just choosing the wrong way. You're just choosing the wrong choice. You're just making the wrong choice. Because as a part of the youth, we need to open our eyes, we need to open our mouth, and we need to open our ears. Because we have the ability to see, the ability to speak, and the ability to hear. We have the ability and capability to act once we are fully aware of our situation. We have that as the youth. We have the power to criticize, to empower, to educate, to bring awareness, to have an impact. Please, let's break the cycle right here, right now, of the toxic Filipino culture. If you're young, you don't know anything. No, I am young and I know everything. May not be everything, but I try to be aware of what is currently happening. I try to open my eyes. I try to strive for actions. I try to seek answers to the unanswered questions. I try to do my duty, my civic duty as a citizen of this country. I try to be awake. I try to be woke. I try my best because I have the resources. I have social media. I have Twitter. These social media platforms are not just used to flaunt your face, your body, your lifestyle, and everything else. These social media platforms are also used to bring awareness, to inform people, and to send message to the people. So please, if you can balance flaunting yourself, your face, your lifestyle, your body on social media, maybe you can also inform, be aware, be woke of what's currently happening. Because we are blessed with so much technological advantages and advancements, and we should use them. we should use them. Kailangan nating pakinabangan yung meron tayo ngayon. We are the luckiest generation here on Earth that we have these technological advancements, and please use them properly. Please pray for the victims, and please stay at home if you have nothing important or necessary to do outside, because we are in this pandemic. Cases are rising. Evacuation centers that the rescuees were brought to can be tight, can be crowded, and COVID-19 can be transmitted. So please, we have the power to prevent and mitigate it, COVID-19's transmission. So please, I'm asking you to stay at home, and I'm addressing you as people, because no matter how flawed, how imperfect, how ugly our soul is, we are people. We do have the ability. We are capable. We are the solution. We can find solution, we can find answers if we put our mind to it, if we choose to open our eyes, mouths, and ears. I'm urging you to be vocal because it is your civic duty, it is your basic human right, and to amplify the voices of those souls who passed away, and to prevent events like this to happen again. Plant a tree in your backyard. Plant a tree in an empty lot that is owned by your family. Plant a tree, for a tree is necessary. Goodbye, and I hope I'm not even going to care about the views of this video. I'm just happy that I've expressed my deepest sentiments towards the people of Cagayan Valley. And if you ever finish this video, thank you for watching and taking your time. And please pray, please plant a tree, please amplify your voices. Please, we all have voices that are waiting to be heard. And we do have the ability and the capability to be heard. Since we have that privilege, we should use it wisely. I am a part of the youth, you are a part of the youth, and we should do our duty. Thank you very much, people. Again, I'm addressing you as people because we are people, we are capable, and we do have an impact. Thank you very much for watching. Keep safe. I love you all so much, and please stay at home. If you're just bored, please find coping mechanisms that are healthy. I love you so much, and see you in my next video. Skirt. Oh my God, ginaya ko lang si Mimiya. Dapat meron akong exit. Okay, that's it. Oh my God, dinilaan ko siya. Wait lang. Dinilaan ko na naman siya. Okay, that's about my exit. That is Megan Thee Stallion, and if you can listen to her, please listen to her if you want to feel like a bad bitch. Goodbye.